Hello and welcome along. Today on Lawfolds, we are going to be doing a harvest. Specifically, because I haven't checked, we're going to be doing a wheat harvest. Here we go, on field 34. With our case and our JCB. So without further ado, let's get into it because we have quite a big field to be getting on with. And we want to get this field finished this episode. So I do not know if our swath is on. We don't really want it on. No, it isn't. Good. Because we already have one field to bale. So that will be being baled at the end of the summer. We have a little while to go with that. But for now, we are just concentrating on getting our fields cut first. And then once we've done that, we'll then start working on getting our straw baled. Most of the straw we're going to sell off. We have the auto stacker, so we are collecting stuff up with that fairly quickly. We do have a bale trailer, but it doesn't work all that well. And to be perfectly honest, it holds about as much as the auto stacker does. So we might as well use the auto stacker, really. As that is a pretty fantastic piece of machinery that saves us a lot of time most of the time. So we're, like normal, we will do 2 headlands and then cut into the main body of the field. This looks like it's filling our combine a bit faster than the canola we did a couple of days ago. So we're going to be relying on our tractor a bit more often. I'm hoping I can get at least one round of the field and then we can just get the JCB to follow us and come up the side. But for now, I just want to use the combine on its own. So we're coming to the corner. There we are. It's getting the buttons right. Because the buttons are on the wheel, they change positions. So it's just working out whether the wheel is upside down at the time I'm trying to press the button or not. It's a real test in spatial awareness, to be honest. I am getting a good feel for where certain things should be. And I'm still very much thinking a spinner knob on the wheel would be a good idea. Not so much for when I'm doing this, but definitely for when I'm doing front loader stuff. It'll just make things a lot easier. And will make a lot of sense. So as after our last episode, our cow productivity, as you can see, is up to 73%, which is excellent. It's about as much as I can expect without having some mixed rations in there. It would be good to get some grass in there. I haven't tested the grass pickup on the forage harvester any further. But I will get to that. I will give that a test. If that doesn't work, I might have to get a forage wagon and see what's causing that. Admittedly, it's a self-converted pickup header on that forage wagon. So there may be an error that I have introduced during my work to convert it. So we will keep an eye on that. But for the most part, yeah, I can't understand. I can't understand whether it may be something that the seasons mod does to it when it's on the ground. Or if it's on the ground too long, it may turn it to hay or something like that. And I don't know if that header will pick up hay. So yeah. it would surprise me slightly, but for some reason it's just not recognising it and not picking it up at all. So if I get a sort of a standard in-game forage wagon, just hire that and give it a try. See if that works. I think that might help, and we can get some grass to our cows at the same time. The alternative is go and pinch some grass from down by the sheep, who have a lot of grass. Yeah, more grass than they're going to need for a long while. So there are options. In the meantime, we're going to get these harvests done. We are, yeah, it's 2 minutes past 12 on our first day of summer. So it is essentially June, mid-June. And that's the thing about the seasons mod. I like that I can set it to 3 days, and that makes it roughly a month a day. And yeah, June is probably a little early to be harvesting, but then everything is a little bit mucked up because of we started the seasons mod after we started playing on the map. So yeah, that doesn't do great things for the mod. And confuses it, and especially when you then turn the number of days down. There we go. There we are. So this is quite a long field. I'd be surprised if it... I don't know. I'm just trying to see if I can work out. Let's have a look from the outside. Oh, it has been planted lengthways, so that will make things quicker for us. We just need to be careful when we go into it that we have enough space in the grain tank to make it the whole way. Speaking of which, we have made it round the field once without having to empty, but we are not going to make it round another time. So we need to get our tractor up the side. And oop. Yeah, we want to be out at 11 and ahead. Is that going to be far enough? That might... no, I'm going to go a little bit further. And then we're going to put our auger out. And start moving again. And then we should empty along this side. That will then work in our favour. And we'll do what we did last time. We'll just stop the tractor rather than have it following us around the field. But this we will get more than one trailer full off, I think. I think the output is going to be a lot higher from wheat, because it sells for less. And turn. And back in we go. There we are. So yeah, as I said last episode, I have no idea whether we will actually get through this whole field this episode. We might. There is always a possibility. This combine seems to be a good size for that, because all the fields as well seem to be... Yeah, so 34 and 32 actually are fairly similar sizes. So we might get lucky and actually get through this whole field this episode. There is a distinct possibility to that. That would make me happy. That would be excellent. Because these are the only fields that we own that need harvesting at the moment. It would mean that we could do a lot of cleanup in tonight's live stream. Get a lot of bits and pieces done that need doing. I think a poplar harvest, finishing off the poplars, is something that needs doing. Sorting out the grass that we still have on the ground, that's something that needs doing. And maybe a mission or two, because there are a couple of fields near us. So for example, well, there are a couple of fields. Field 3, Field 2. Both of those are fields that we could conceivably do. Field 28 is a field that needs doing, but I don't think it's ripe yet. And that will be a mix. We're going to do half of that as a corn harvest. Because it is a field of corn. So we're going to do half of that as corn harvest and half of it as chaff. Because we want to fill up the silo in near the cows. So we'll get that sorted. And we'll get that done. Ooh, our cow productivity has dropped to 55%. Evidently they've seen the hay and they're not such fans of it. Okay. Right, onward we go. Get the rest of this finished. Yeah. So this will be the end of our second round on the field. Oh, I missed a little bit. I cut the corner too much. Trying to smooth that out. Never mind. We can get round this. Okay. And then we will cut into the main field. Excuse me. Right, so we are 58% full. I think we'll start from the far end of the field. To me, that makes a bit more sense. Our tractor is up that way. And it starts off thinner that side as well. Right. So we will cut in here to try and square things up a bit, I think. There we go. This will also mean that we won't get a full tank before we can get the tractor up beside us. Which means we won't have to destroy any crop to empty our combine, which is very important. We want to get as much money off these fields as we can. We're alright for money at the moment, and we should be even better once we start doing some harvesting missions. But We need to get our own crops up first. Once we've done that, we can then turn our attention to our neighbours and help them out. Basically, yeah. And we can also turn our attention to getting ourselves sorted as far as some ploughing and some cultivating and all of that good stuff. But we're not worrying about that on the first day of summer. But we will hire some work for that. We'll do a little bit of ourselves. You know, it makes... I like to cover as many aspects of farming on this as we can. Yeah. Ploughing takes a long time, especially on larger fields. We do have a small square field that I might go and do it on, actually, which is which we harvested some sugar beet off. Now we are at 83%, so we should be fine coming back. Yeah, coming back will be okay, and then we'll get the JCB to follow us on the row after that. 88%. This is just a small corner, and then we won't cut into the crop on the next one as we would normally do. We will just... Oh, are we going to get it all? We might. Oh, not quite. Okay. We will just not leave these little sprigs. Oh. I went backwards too far as well. There we go. And around on that one as well. There we are. Down and forwards and in. There we go. Right. Oops. Not going to be the straightest edge. I'm trying to get one of those elusive pictures that's different from all the others we've done before. There we are. That's straightened it up a bit. And we're empty, so we'll drop that. Pull that in. Back. And then we will head down the other end of the field and cut in again. once we clear this very last little bit. There we go. So we want to give ourselves about 3 headers width. So 1 there, 2 about here. Like so. Right, and then we want to try and keep it as straight as possible. Following the line of the field. This is a very nice long cut. And it should keep us, yeah. Let's see how far, how much we get filled. We are 24% full, 25% full. I think we're gonna be unloading probably on the way, not this time back down, but the time after. I think it's going to be about a third of a tank that we're going to get off this, which is quite a large amount. Yeah, 31, 32. In fact, we're not going to make it all the way back. Yeah, 35%. That's quite a lot off that. That's going to be about 70%. So we're going to need to unload the whole way up the next return, or the next route up here. In fact, otherwise we won't make it to the end. Which is quite a long, yeah, that's quite a long thing to do. A long way up. We should, yeah, we are going to get a very nice amount off this field. Very, very nice amount off this field. Because that was our second empty. So this actually will be our third, which means we'll need to go and empty the trailer as well. Which does add a little bit of time. But more filling up and more trailer emptying, yeah, does add time to how long it will take us. What we'll do though is we will set the hired worker doing the next bit, and that way we won't actually use any harvest time while we're tipping the trailer or tipping the tractor. We'll actually set the hired worker going from this end, I think. That way, if it mucks something up, it can only muck up the smaller area, not the bigger area. Okay, so hired worker is on it. I'll turn the lights off. Yeah, so it is doing a bit of a muck up, but that's because I haven't been straight up the row. Something I've been wanting to do since I got the quick camera sorted on this, and that is to go inside and be able to do this. Ah, I think he's empty, which is fine. So we'll turn the hired worker off because I don't think we still have space in our trailer. So we can still keep going. We don't have to tip yet. That is fantastic news. That is actually awesome. That makes things a lot easier for us. I did even... you already put it in. Alright, there we go. That is the nice thing about doing a nice long field, is and doing it this way, is that you can set the hired worker to do it and go and get the trailer and empty with it. So I like that. I like that very, very much. That keeps us going. Right. We are coming up to the half hour. Almost. Another 2 minutes. We have knocked out a huge load of this field. I am kind of left wondering if I'm going to get that last... There, I've got this little bit left at the side, whether that's going to work well, but we'll find out. Do I have any tea left? Yes, I do. Let's clear my throat a little bit. So this should be our last row along here, other than, let's clear this little bit that the hired worker missed, because that makes sense to do and do that while we're down here. It's not a minor amount that he missed. We'll put our foot on the accelerator and go full pelt to get back. There we go. We're coming in at a slight angle, just so that we can fill the header with as much of the crop as we can. Because I would like to try and get this in one go. I don't think we're going to, looking at this. It's going to be close. Oh, no, we might do it. Yes. Wow, we've actually judged that fairly well. I'm quite pleased with that. I've got a little bit thinner, so it's got a little bit easier to do as well. But we are having to keep eye on both sides. haven't done anything with that. Oh, no. Yeah, it has got too wide for us now. We'd be missing on the left. Otherwise, so we'll have to come back and clear that up in a moment. Yeah, it just got ever so slightly too wide. Turn around and go back for that. And then we should be able to start getting into our final couple of cuts. We may... is the quickest way to go through the middle. I don't think there's enough to go through the middle of that, to be honest. I think we can just go around the edges. Tried to go through the middle of that. That's not quite going to work. There we go. So a couple more rounds and we will be done. Which again, it's going to be close on my maximum time for an episode. But should be all right. Let's see. We are coming to the end of this row. I think we've got... we're at 70%. So we have one more row's worth of crop. Maybe two. We've got two actually looking at this. 1.5 max, I think. Because it's a bit of an odd shape down this side. The other end didn't have quite so much. Now we are at 76%, so what we're going to have to do is get as much of this as possible, I think, and then come back down the other way. Just miss a little bit on that corner, but I'm not overly worried about that. We can actually come back the other way and clear that up. Because we've got to come back down this way. And we'll put the hired worker going down this way. And fill up with the tractor. And hopefully this will all fit into the one trailer. Although I'm not so sure about that. We will certainly... Oh, we're at 90%. Yeah, we're definitely going to be using a hired worker on the next round. I don't yet. This is not all going to fit in one trailer because we only have 77% left, or 77% full on our trailer, and this is going to be nearly a full tank. So once we get this, Right, so we're at 96%. That should be enough time for... We set this on the hired worker. Now we need to line them up properly. Along that edge, really. So, hired worker. And then we'll get the JCB lined up the side. This JCB is also going to need refilling soon as well. Oh, now that's unfortunate. There we go. What we will be able to do is we'll be able to finish this at the end of this row of this episode, simply because we will have enough space in the grain tank for whatever else is here. So we have a full trailer now. So we'll leave the hired worker actually, and we will go tip this. What we'll do is, because there is a little bit left there, we will come back in a moment. And we will sort this out and get this tipped. There we go. And into reverse. We need to look backwards. I thought for a moment the trailer was dented from what I saw then. Oh no. What have I hit? That is not the perfect thing in there, but that should tip at that position, I think. There we go, just. So while that's tipping, we will head back to our combine, which is just finishing off. So we will take over when it gets to the end of here. Just to clear off these last couple of bits. And then off camera I'll come back and empty the combine and clear up. But there we go. That is as good a place to end. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time. Goodbye.